Okay, so I'm sure you're all familiar with Hormozi and the value equation, right? Value equals the significance of the outcome times the perceived likelihood of achievement, divided by the time it takes to get it, and then multiplied by the effort and sacrifice. The thing is, though, is that a lot of people understand the core premise of this, but they don't actually know how to use it in a marketing sense. And once you learn how to use this in your marketing, everything will change for you, because this is the exact system that I use with fitness coaches to generate them 10K, 20K, 30K, all the way up to 100K a month within the fitness coaching business. So let me explain how it works. Let's say we have an ordinary fitness coach, right? The problem is many people don't take action. The fucking fat guy who hasn't lost any weight and he's tried and failed 16 diets, he's not gonna fucking take action because he doesn't even believe he can do it. And so your content as a fitness coach needs to get this fat guy to believe that he has the ability to lose the weight. Well, then how the fuck do we do that? Well, you might make a video about your client who looks like him or looked like him, who lost the weight and now looks fucking shredded. Well, what does that do to the fat dude? The fat dude sees it, he goes, oh shit, that guy looks like me, he got the result, that means I can get it too. That's just one example of how you can increase someone's perceived likelihood of achievement, therefore increasing the odds that they take action. The biggest reason why people don't commit to fitness coaching programs is because they believe it'll take too long, it'll take too much effort, or that they just can't fucking do it. Think about it. If I offered somebody a pill, and that pill was $10,000. And if they took the pill, they would lose 100 pounds, be in the best shape of their life, whatever. Would they buy that? Probably. But if it's fitness coaching and they get a chef and a fucking trainer and all this stuff, they probably wouldn't. And it's because the effort and sacrifice, the level of effort and sacrifice and the time it takes to get the result is amplified. It's bigger. So the bottom half of the equation is bigger, therefore value is smaller. So in our marketing, essentially, we want to get people to believe that we can help them lose the weight, and it's easier to do it with us than with any other coach or alternative approach or whatever, because you have to think about the psychology of the person. The fat dude, his heart's been shattered 14 fucking times. He's tried all these different diets, keto, carnivore, whatever the fuck. He can't lose the goddamn weight. What does he believe? Oh, my metabolism's broken. I'm flawed. I'm not. But when you show up on camera and you tell him, hey, it's not you, it's the system you've been following. Well, now what do we get him to do? Externalize that pain. It's not me, I'm not broken. I just haven't had the wrong strategy. So now he believes that there's a strategy out there that he has not yet discovered that you have, which you do if you're a good coach, and now he believes that he can achieve the outcome. That's how you truly get people to buy your products and services, is by getting people to believe that your product or service can get somebody that fucking outcome. And it can get them the outcome in a quicker time frame without as much effort and sacrifice. And so if you start making videos with this in mind, everything changes. Value is not fucking, tips and tricks. You know how many fitness coaches I see online posting about fucking the 3 meal ideas or the 5 fat loss tips? Nobody gives a fuck. That's not how the industry operates anymore. It's more saturated. So you have to think critically. You have to advance your skill set and your marketing ability. And so marketing isn't 3 tips. It's getting people to take action. Done. The true value in being an online fitness coach is in your ability to get somebody to take action. I post a reel on Instagram. Yeah, somebody fucking watches it, but you know how many saved fucking food videos the fucking client has in their save folder that they've never made in their life? They probably scroll on Instagram, save a fucking recipe, scroll a little bit more, save their fucking proteins that they never make in the morning, and just go straight to the gas station at Shell and get some fucking like high calorie burrito or some Big Mac at McDonald's. That is not going to get you clients. But if you can get somebody to take action, meaning maybe they comment a keyword, get your lead magnet, and actually follow through with it and get an outcome, well then think about it. What does that do to you in their mind? It edifies you as a fitness coach because they've already done something and seen the result of it. They've had it work. So now when you pitch them, it's an easy sale. That's what it all boils down to, right? Too many people confuse value with tips and tricks, and everyone always says, oh, just provide value, just provide value, just provide value. And I agree. I absolutely agree. I think if you provide value, there's no realm in which you lose. I think that part of it is this video, right? You guys watching this video right now, it's happening to you. When I started the video, what did I say? Hormozi. Now guess what? That edified this. So I'm giving you guys a reason to do it. I'm saying Hormozi's value equation. So that's why you should listen to me now. Oh, why should I listen to this JP dude with his fucking cardigan and 2 markers? Oh, because I said Hormozi. Okay. Oh. Hold on, that's a reason for me to do it now. So now you now believe that you can achieve it because I mentioned some name that you've previously listened to and followed and gotten a result. So just did it now. Think about if you could do that with your fitness prospect. But the problem is you think value is the tips and tricks, is fucking meal plans, whatever, but that's not it, right? It's getting people to take action and it's being the pattern interrupt in your market. And then we can go into the significance of the outcome. Let's cover that piece. How do we get somebody to perceive the outcome as more significant? Because a lot of times fat people cope. Because I did too. I used to be fat. It's not fun, it's cope. So how do we get people to realize that, but not resent us for it? How do we gently tell them that, hey, where you're at isn't what you're capable of, and there's more to life than food? How do we do that? Well, we can do that by showing them how important it is about the outcome. Think about it. How do people, have you ever seen like these fucking, tobacco ads? How do people get you to stop smoking? They show you like the fucking particulates entering the body. It looks all fucking scary and spooky, and it goes in there and they got like weird faces going on. It's like disgusting. You're like, what the fuck? 8 million chemicals, holy shit. It instills fear in you because you think you're gonna fucking die. It spooks you. You could do the same thing with fat loss by showing and highlighting what it looks like when you don't lose the weight, by telling the stories of your clients and what happens when they don't lose the weight. I once had a client, he was around 22 years old. His father had a heart attack. He lived, thankfully, but he was 300 pounds, 100 pounds overweight. Immediately after his father had a heart attack, I got like a text from him. And he was like, dude, like, I don't know what's going on. I haven't lost weight. Like, I got to take my health seriously, yada, yada, yada. What did that do to him? It got him to perceive the outcome of weight loss as more significant because now he believes that if he loses the weight, he's not gonna have a heart attack. People need reasons to act. They don't need more information. We are in an era of abundance with information. You can use fucking Claude, ChatGPT, whatever. You can find info anywhere. But what you can't get are reasons to act because that's what people need to do. And AI can't convince you to act because that requires emotion. But what you can do as a speaker is give people those reasons to act by instilling within them some sort of emotion in your content, and that's what's going to increase your sales more than anything on the planet. And then we just do that by highlighting the time that it takes to do it. I might do that by making a video handling some sort of objection, right? So maybe someone's kind of thinking like, oh, it's going to take so long for me to lose the weight, and I just make a video and I say, can you remember what you did 5 years ago? Can you remember the state you were in? And maybe I just explain how the pain that you experience today, you probably won't even remember 5 years from now. I can't even remember the past 5 years. I don't know who can. People I've asked like can't remember shit. It's like that. You think 5 years, it feels like this. You can't even fucking remember it. So the discomfort of hunger isn't really that significant. So it's really not that long at all. So I can reframe people using my marketing and content to believe that it really doesn't take that much time. Maybe I can show people a client that got this outcome and result in just a few months. Well, then how do I make people think that it doesn't take a bunch of effort and sacrifice to do? Okay, well, let's think about it. Let me highlight how Beth lost X amount of weight, still eating out. She was still able to go out with her friend. Huge concern with fitness clients is they still want to be able to go out. They still want to be able to have a social life. Okay, cool. So I can make a video talking about a client of mine and how they lost weight and still went out. I can make a video about if I'm targeting college students, a college student of mine, this is true by the way, who lost weight while drinking every weekend and still had a good physique. I can show examples of people that are like them so that they relate to it and they take action. And that's how you get somebody to really perceive your content as valuable and get people to take action. And then from there, it's just about giving people more reasons to act. And so if you really think about it, it boils down to 3 things. You got stories, then you got, I'll say hypotheticals, and then lastly, data. I show a picture of my weight loss graph. Oh, my client made this one change in her diet, had X, Y, and Z happen. This is a weight loss graph. Okay, hold on, I believe you. Now they believe me, it's data. Hard data, you can't fucking argue with it. Here's the graph. I can give stories. Here's my story. Here's how I overcame binge eating. I used to be like you. I implemented this system to overcome it. So therefore I understand you and what you're going through and I can help you too. Well, that's another reason to act. I'll add another one. Simply just fucking explaining it. Let me explain this one. People have a hard time committing to things they don't understand. If somebody doesn't understand how your program works, they might have a hard time committing to it. Where if we just fucking explain it in our content and make it stupid simple to understand how the program works, people are probably more likely to take action on it because they understand it. People want to feel certain. At the end of the day, everyone wants to feel certain with what they're investing their money into, etc. And so if we could just give people the feeling of certainty that we know what we're talking about and we can deliver them great results, they'll probably commit to it. So sometimes just explaining how the weight loss process works and how you get a client X, Y, and Z result is enough of a reason to act. And then from there, stories, you can leverage your own past, your client's stories and whatnot to give reinforcement and use testimonials to increase the perception of value because guess what? What do the stories do? They increase the perceived likelihood of achievement. If other people achieved it, I can too. And you have hypotheticals, which is bullshit. You just bullshit your way out of it. Who the fuck is gonna know whether or not I'm telling the truth about an experience that happened to me? Happened to me, motherfucker. So I'm in the McDonald's and I see someone have a heart attack at the fucking thing eating a Big Mac. Who's gonna tell me that didn't happen? I fucking saw it. I didn't see it, but I saw it. That's my argument. No one was there. You can't prove me wrong. And so sometimes just using hypothetical examples, if you don't have a whole lot of testimonials, can illustrate your point just fine. The example that I gave once in a fucking, in a video that went pretty viral, it was like, I was explaining how like I hate arguing with stupid people. And the example that I gave was like me giving the analogy of, dude, saying you're not gonna eat this food because there's anti-nutrients in it is like not accepting your paycheck because you're afraid of paying taxes on the money. And people were like, oh, because I used an analogy, right? So I kind of used a hypothetical or an analogy to explain my point. And that's why analogies are very, very useful with weight loss. So you can use analogies to help communicate your point and also make somebody's objection feel fucking stupid, right? Like let's say you're trying to handle an objection in a piece of content. Sometimes just using an analogy to make their fucking, objection that they had or thought process so fucking stupid, they're like, oh. Because sometimes people have like thoughts and beliefs about one thing, and the easiest way to tackle them is just saying like, oh, you point out the logical flaw in it and you show how this logic doesn't hold up in another situation. And it works very, very well. And there's so many examples of people doing this online, you just have to notice it. But the better you get at this, the better you get at actually storytelling and communicating your messaging, the better you'll get at value. And then lastly, right, we covered it, the data piece, studies, weight loss graphs, training logbooks, client sessions, all of that is all incredibly valuable stuff, right? In addition, maybe you're not a fitness coach with a bajillion followers. Maybe you don't have a bajillion testimonials. So how do we still give people reasons to act if we don't have a ton of testimonials yet? Use our own data, run experiments on ourselves, right? I tried this diet, here's what happened. Here's a study, right? Appeal to authority. Use those fucking things. Use studies, use whatever. You can reference and use other big names, just like I did with Hormozi here. I used Hormozi's value equation, I use his name, and I explained to you how to make content as a fitness coach with the value equation. I said, okay, here, your content needs to do a few things. It needs to, number one, get a person to like think that the outcome is significant. Maybe I do that by like showing me shirtless at the beach and smiling and all confident. Someone looks at me, they're like, wow, he's happy. That means if I lose weight, I'll be happy too. Perceived likelihood of achievement. Okay, if I show them a testimonial of someone that literally looks like them, and I show them losing the weight, that does that pretty well, doesn't it? If I show them me being fat and how I lost weight and how I had binge eating, that does that. If I show them then that it takes less time to achieve with my help, well then that tackles that fucking equation. Maybe I just use like a testimonial video to tackle that, right? Someone explains how long they were trying on their own. Someone goes, oh, I've been trying so long on my own. I hired JP, he helped me out with this, this, and this, and then the weight just started coming off my waist. Pew. Easy, awesome. And then effort and sacrifice. Well, this one's pretty easy, right? I could just show clients training footage, clients training logs. I can tell easy stories about like food swaps. I can show examples of like fitness clients on my program holding themselves accountable and learning how to control their urges around food, how they're learning to control their thoughts. I can use all these examples. And so you have an absolute arsenal of content at your fingertips when you understand this formula here. And it's like, a lot of people think this only applies to offers, but it doesn't. It applies to content too. You just have to understand how to build this. But if you can build up enough value with your content and get people to take action, which is the most important piece of marketing, by the way, then they'll fucking buy from you. Because if I make this video right now and I'm the reason that you start posting videos because of this and you'd post videos because of me, then when your video blows up, guess who you attribute that success to? Me. So you're like, oh, JP's great. He helped me with my first million view reel because you posted videos because of this video. And now, guess what? When you go and buy from me, you already trust me, you already like me, you already know me. So it's much easier. And that, in summation, is how you can use the value equation and reasons to buy to make your marketing as a fitness coach.